From the trading desk of dailyforex.com, this is Christopher Lewis looking at the upcoming September 5th Forex session in the Euro US dollar pair. As you can see, um, I do have the chart pulled up. It's very interesting because we do have a speech by Draghi later today, so it certainly could move this currency pair. But looking at it from the technical side right now, you can see that Tuesday saw another attempt at a rally and another failure. And what I've been paying attention to for quite some time, if you've been watching our videos and or reading the articles, is this area here. I always thought that this was a pretty thick area to try to break through. And I've been impressed. I have to admit, I've been impressed, even though I fundamentally do not want to own the euro and can give you 100 reasons not to. How this summer we have just continued to grind higher. It's been pretty impressive, truthfully. Well, now that the larger firms are starting to come back online in full volume at the end of the holidays, it's going to be interesting to see how things play out. As we look at the overall move, we have the fall. We have a bit of a flag, which actually measured down to 115. So that was an area that really caught my eye, and I thought, well, maybe we're going down 115. And I have to admit, I expected 120 to be support, but I would have never anticipated a move back up to the 125, 126 level. A bounce of 100 pips or 200 pips was probably more likely from what I was thinking. Now, having said all of that, this pair still doesn't, it's still very difficult to go long, just simply because there are so many headline risk out in Europe. Quite frankly, there are easier pairs to trade, but as this is the most popular pair out there, we do want to give you some type of analysis. Now, Tuesday saw the shooting star form, and that, of course, is a bearish candle, and it is right at the top of this resistance. Now, when you see a resistance area like this, the very end of it normally is the toughest part. So, having said that, we are failing at this area still. With Draghi's speech coming up, we might be able to get pushed through it, but I wouldn't hold my breath on that one. Of course, I would have told the same thing about this too, so for what that's worth. Now that we have two shooting stars in a row, this does look very bearish, and we could move lower. But for me, I think the 125 level is calling if we break below that. But a more interesting trade to me is to be found at the 1.2450 level, as I think that breaks through quite a bit of support here and has us accelerating to the downside. Also, in theory, depending on when it happens, that could be, if it was a little ways down the road, it could be a breaking through of this channel. So it looks like we're trying to set up for some type of bearish action, and we are just below the 50% retrace. But we have a lot of conflicts all in one spot. So having said that, this is going to be difficult. But the one good thing about this time of year is typically over the course of the next couple of weeks, we will get some kind of very obvious signal. The market will shift in one direction or another. We have the German High Court ruling and the Dutch elections next week. Draghi speaking this week. There is the possibility of the Federal Reserve easing, which is almost now an assumption. So there are a lot of things out there, quite frankly, that could move this currency pair. But right now, it does look like, at least for the short term, we are starting to try to either roll over or just kind of running out of steam. So very interesting place to watch the euro and perhaps pick up on clues on where the next 300 or 400 pips lay.